Hello everyone, Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. This morning, it's almost 11, just after 11 o'clock. And I am knitting, as you can see, this is the eyelash yarn, the King Cole Moments. And I have cast on 100 stitches and I am knitting the first row. And I can tell you, this will be the first and last time I will ever be knitting this wool. When you have all the stitches on, I had an awful lot of trouble just counting the 100 stitches, because when it was... Oh, I haven't dropped a stitch there, moving there. When you move the stitches up together, it's very hard to see the stitch for all the bits of rubbish that's going over the top. That's what I call it, the eyelash bits of rubbish. And I looked all over the internet. I tried to find a free pattern for knitting this. There's no way I'd ever buy a one for this, because like I'm saying, this is the first and last time I'm going to knit this. I'm doing this for a favour for someone. So Jane, your ears might be burning. I've been calling you under my breath. But it's not too bad once you get started the knitting. Once you realise you have to keep turning the stitches around so you can see the actual stitch, and I can't knit as fast as what I normally do with this. And like I say, I could not find a pattern, a free pattern, and I could hardly find any patterns that you buy, actually, just pictures to look at to give me an idea how they were knitted up, because I don't know whether it's best to do a raglan or a set-in sleeve, but it's going to be a raglan, because I ended up using my own pattern, and I'm just doing it plain. I'm not doing this one has the you know, with the little border pattern on the bottom of the sleeves, but you can't do a pattern on this type of thing. You can only knit it plain. So I'm just using this as a guide for the number of stitches, doing the first size, which is 100 stitches I'm casting on. So that's what I'm doing for it. I'm just going to do the raglan the way this is, because I think the raglan be about best. At least doing this, the back and front are all in one, so there won't be any seams to sew up on the sides. There'll only be the sleeve seam and stitching in the raglans. And I will be knitting this all day. I'm not going to my granddaughter's today, because she messaged me this morning to say they were out somewhere this morning and the afternoon, so I will be making my own dinner today. That's why I'm sitting here with my hair just hanging down, because I put my hair up when I go out anywhere. But I'm not going out. When I'm not going out, it just hangs down. Why have it tied up and giving you a headache when you don't need to? And it's just been washed anyway. It's you know, when I was in the shower this morning, it's dry enough now, but I like it just to let it hang down and dry itself. So anyway, that's what I'll be doing today, and I'm quite getting the hang of this knitting, but the rubbish on the, that's what I call the eyelash stuff, the rubbish. The rubbish gets on your wick a bit, like when you're knitting it. But I am knitting a little bit faster, because I'm getting used to turning the stitches around as I'm knitting. Because if you have them bunched up, you can't see the stitch, where one stitch starts and another one finishes. It's funny stuff to knit, but it's probably something, if I knitted a lot of it, I would probably get used to it more, but I've got no intentions of knitting a lot of it. Jane has sent me, I think, 6 balls. There might be enough for 2 little cardigans, I think, out of the, it depends on what one cardigan takes. if there's 3, if I don't use complete 3 balls, because they're 50-gram balls, I will do another one. But it's going to be very hard to count the rows on this because I want so many rows of. I am doing the pattern series moss stitch for the bottom, but I'm just going to do garter stitch because I don't think I'll be able to tell the difference between a knit stitch and a purl stitch on this type of wool. And I'm not even sure whether I'm going to do knit and purl when I sort. I'll sort that out when I get to the end, because I don't know whether you would even notice if it was a knit stitch or a purl stitch when I do, you know, ordinary stocking stitch. So that's the first row, and I've gotten okay through that okay anyway. I'm on to the second row, and I cannot see, I could not count one row on there. So I'm going to have to do it through memory. I know this is the second row. I know where I get to the where the bit's hanging down on the end there, that's the even row, so I'm onto the second row. That's how I'm going to work out this. Anyway, I'll put that down for a minute. And it's very furry looking. So I am having a cup of tea also here. And I have my other ones to show what I have knitted. This is the little short sleeve cardigan that it ended up a short sleeve. I wasn't sure whether there was enough for a long sleeve with this, but I think I misjudged the size I was doing and the amount of wool, because I knew after I finished the back and the 2 fronts, I weighed what was left, and there was less wool than there was in the back. So I knew I wasn't going to have enough to do long sleeves. I'd only do short sleeves. And I had just a tiny little bit left to do the band. And this little bit, it looks white, but it's not, it's lemon. I had a little bit of very similar wool, because it was only enough to do the peach parts on here. And I needed to do a couple more. I'm not sure, there's 2 or 3 rows, about 2 more rows I think there was, 2 or 3 rows, I'm not sure. But I had some lemon. That was the same sort of wool, but it was a mixture of lemon and white, and there was the bit of the lemon left, so I used that to do the rest of the edge. But it set it off really nice, and that one is on my eBay shop for £10. That's how much I'm selling it for. If it was long sleeves, it would be up for £12, but because it's a 22-inch, but it's up for £10 because it's got short sleeves. So that one's finished. I'll put that one down there. And then the little red one. And I managed to get a hat. That's what I liked about Aldi's wool. This little cardigan and this hat came out of 200-gram balls. Aldi's had 300 meters, I think, in their balls. A lot of other ones you buy have a lot less than that. Some of them have about 260 meters, some are 270 meters, 290 meters, but Aldi's always gave you 300 meters. I don't know what their newer stuff is. I'm going to have a look at one of their newer wool to see. Still 300 meters on Aldi's. Oh no, you know, the one that's made in China now instead of Turkey. But like I'm saying, if I hadn't had enough of this to do the hat, which I'm glad I did have, because I would have been down my granddaughter's and I would have borrowed a little bit. I gave her a couple of balls out of this pack. I had a pack of 4 balls and I gave Cheryl 2 balls. For to do a Harry Styles patchy cardigan, which God knows when she'll ever get that done. So I knew I could borrow a little bit off her if I didn't have enough. but not going to my granddaughter's today. I would have had to wait until the next time I was down there for to get it. But there was just enough. I'll actually have to actually weigh this hat and see how much the hats actually take, because I'm not absolutely certain. There was about a half a ball left, I think. So I did get the cardigan and the hat, and there wasn't a scrap left. I had what was left I used for the pom-pom, and I got a good thick pom-pom out of what was left. So that one, I haven't put it up on my eBay shop yet, but I'll be putting it up later on today, and that'll be that's going up for £15 for the 22-inch cardigan and the hat, and it is quite thick. So it is more suitable for the colder weather. That's what I'll be starting to do things now for the colder weather, like little cardigans with hats and things like that. And I'm drinking my tea while I'm talking, because I tend to talk a lot and forget about my cup of tea, and it's always cold. And when I finished that hat last night, I did a little bit of my own. I've done part of the sleeve, and that's what I'll be doing tonight when I finish. What I intended to do a long time ago is keep the night time for my own knitting, which I'm going to do, because I have this little one to do, and I have a couple more baby ones for the young girl that lives next door. She wants to come meet and knit a couple for her friends. And like I'm saying, they are the only orders I do at the moment is little baby ones, and then or small children's ones. And then Dagry, the lady in the United States, she wants me to knit three cardigans for her 3-year-old granddaughter. She asked me for red, purple and blue, but I will have to message her. The red's okay, but the purple, some people call lilac purple, and I'm not sure whether she wants the pale, like lilac, or a deep purple, like I think I have a purple in here somewhere. Yes, that's a deep purple, that one up there. So I don't know whether she wants that one or more like a lilac or lavender, and then whether she wants a light baby blue, light blue, pale blue, mid blue, dark blue. But I know that she says she goes riding places on her bike. I'll have to probably wait until she gets back, but I'll message her and ask her, and then find out what I have to do for that, because I do not have any more red wool. I do have, it's like a deep pink. It is actually like a coral. Yes, that one there is, it's not red. It looks red on here, but it's not, it's coral. I think that's the only one. I have an odd ball of red here and there, but not enough for a whole cardigan. So I'm going to sort something out in my freezer for my dinner. A little bit chicken. Got plenty of vegetables. I buy vegetables and freeze them and put them in my, you know, when you get 3 for 2, the price of 2 and things like that, and I just freeze them all and put them in my freezer. So all I have to do is get a little bit of chicken out and a few vegetables and some potatoes, and I'll be doing my own dinner today, which I do in odd time, not very often. So that's my little bit for today. So thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. And I will not be sitting outside today. It is actually not very warm. It was quite sunny yesterday, but it was a howling gale. I thought about sitting out in the garden, and I tried to open this door in this room. I have the windows open. All the windows upstairs are open all the time. I never shut them upstairs, but I tried to open this door, and the wind was so strong it was pushing against the door, and I had to ram it like that to get it open. That's how bad the wind is at the moment. I have nets at my window, and they're blown outside in and out of the window, and it is not very warm. So I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.